Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is how I intro. There we go. Good spot, good start, Luke. My YouTube videos. This is Catholic Window episode 81. Mate, we are so consistent. This is outrageous.
This is crazy. Triple
And
digits pending.
it's pending. Yeah, you're on YouTube as well, mate, aren't you? Uploading occasionally.
Very occasionally. Yeah, it's in the works. It's in the works. It is in the works. It's
So,
coming.
so yeah, if you're waiting for Jack's next YouTube video, what you need to do, mate, is go over to my channel because there's one there every single week, Saturday, 4 p.m. Mr. Consistent over here.
Damn. Is it actually Saturday at 4 p.m. every week?
Yeah,
Fuck yeah, now this boy. That's madness. Fair play.
of course.
Respect the hustle, bro. Respect the hustle. Speaking of weeks, how has yours been?
Decent. What have I done? I saw you. That was awful.
Yeah, that was awful.
I needed like 2 days to recover after that because I had such a bad time. So we filmed some clips. I reckon I'm gonna buy the headphones speaker that we used because it was actually pretty decent listening to back onto the audio. So
Yeah,
then
the
I can just
mic.
yeah. So if I can just film like that every week, it will be banging.
Yeah, mate. I was thinking of doing a similar thing as well, to be fair. I think that
It's
was.
also like 200 quid for like solid content.
Yeah, mate. It was actually like. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Definitely something that I need to do more of is just organizing some. I just need to get my shit sorted and film more stuff. I always like I'll have good intentions and be like I'm gonna film this day, and then I wake up and I'll be. It's mainly like full days of eating and shit, and I'll wake up and be like I do not have the fucking time to film this. Jesus Christ, because everything takes twice as long when you film it.
No, mate. So what you do is you film like one meal a day.
Oh, mate, my pool day, like my first video on YouTube, took me like 2 weeks to film because I did it like it was literally like one thing at a time, like per day. Like, because I filmed all my food and then I filmed me training pool, and it was like two or three pool sessions stitched together. It looks so shit, man. It looks so shit.
That's what. So it's clearly you're wearing different stuff.
No, no, I was wearing the same thing, but
You deliberately plan to wear the same thing.
yeah, pretty much.
That's embarrassing. I'm actually just filming this for YouTube right now.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I'm gonna overlay the team because I'm filming a
Jeez.
video today.
Fair play, man. Fair play.
But yeah, apart from that, training's been all right. Dropped another 2 pounds. Obviously didn't want it bad enough this week though because I cheated on my diet. I went and had a pad thai mate with my grandparents. So
They're getting in the
first off
way.
my meal in like 6 weeks.
They're
Just don't
getting in the
want
way,
that meal.
mate. They're getting in the way. Bin them off.
Yeah, but like, sorry, granddad, mate, you need to go to your grave early because you've actually ruined my diet.
Even though you still lost £2.
Even though I still lost 2 pounds, maybe I need to retake that picture because you look very ugly.
Hell
Now
yeah.
you look grumpy. It's all right.
how's
It's all right.
how's the diet coming so far? You getting hungry yet or no?
Yeah, I'm getting pretty hungry. I'm noticing the energy more, to be fair.
Oh mate, that's the worst
Just
bit of it. Honestly, the hunger's fine. It's the fucking energy, isn't it?
yeah, like, I'm like, can I just not be really fucking tired, please? That would be great.
Yeah, that's the worst bit. Is like when towards the back end of the last deficit, I remember being like, I want food, but not because I want to eat. I want food because I want to feel energy. Like I'd eat a meal and then feel like a human for like 5 or 10 minutes, and then it just drastically like dipped off again. I'd be like, "Fuck, get some more food in me." Um, yeah, towards the back end of the diet, I'm quite fucking shattered today. To be fair, I literally like, I think I've got like I'm getting a little bit of sleep apnea or something because I wake up and I'm just not rested. Like I just felt
Lol.
I've just absolutely battered, mate. Honestly, it's crazy. But yeah, it is what it is. Fun
How long's
times.
it been now since you finished yours?
Um, that's a good question. I don't even know.
It must be at least like what, 6 weeks?
Maybe longer. Are those my
That's
final
weird.
shots? What is it? It's been about 7 or 8 weeks.
And you still don't feel normal.
No.
That's good.
No, it's been yeah, it's been 7 or 8 weeks. My lowest was Uh, oh fuck, what was it? It was like 185, and I'm now like 198. So it's like £13 up. Um, Decent nick, doing all right. But yeah, fucking mate, yeah, not quite fully there recovery wise, which is fine.
How much longer do you reckon that's going to take?
To feel fully back,
Yeah.
I don't know if it will, to be honest, and that's fine.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, the like for me, my natural set point for like where I feel most comfortable is really fucking heavy or like really fucking fat. Like as soon as my physique starts to get horrendous, training goes fantastically. Like appetite and food focus start to normalize. Um, like energy levels get a bit more consistent. My productivity when I was really fat was so good. Like I could just like if I had a consultation early or if I needed to get up, I would just get up early. Like I could just be like, okay, I'll just
That's
have
that.
an hour or half an hour less sleep. Now I have to like actively control my work days because if I wake up like 15 minutes early, I'm fucked for the day. Like I feel it. It's nowhere near as bad as when I'm like really lean, but if I'm even somewhat lean, I think I struggle. I don't know if it's a body fat thing or a food thing though. I think it might just be like about 4K plus food. That's where I sort of feel my best. 5K feels horrible. Didn't like it, but about 4K feels decent. But 3.3, I'm still sort of like feel hungry, feel lethargic, feel a bit tired. My recovery is nowhere near as good as it should be. Like if I have 1 or 2 intense days of work, I feel it the next day. I wake up and be like, shit, I feel like I've been hit by a bus. But yeah, fun
Have more
times.
monster.
Fuck that, man. Fuck that. But yeah, fun fucking times. It just comes down to like managing things. You know, it like I can't push myself as hard as I could if I'm full blown Mr. Fat Man. So I just need to treat my workload as such, and that's what I'm doing.
No longer fat and happy.
Now, lean and content. Not actively happy, but content.
How is the seminar coming along?
Good, mate. Yeah, it's pretty much done. Hosting on the 3rd of September, 7 p.m. BST. That's the UK time zone currently, for those that don't know. It's summertime, so it's not GMT, it's BST. Um, but yeah, things are good. I got a group chat, 14, 15 people in there so far, which is very cool.
Yeah, yeah.
A few more pending. And yeah, looking forward to hosting that. That will definitely be very caffeine fueled from me. I'm not going to
What, at
let.
7 p.m.?
Yes, bro.
Are
I'm
you insane?
No, I'm productive. I'm not going to let fatigue get in the way of that because that is a huge opportunity um, to actually give some fucking knowledge. And usually towards that late in the day, I'm quite bumbly and stumbly with my words, so I'm not going to let that happen. So it is going to be a caffeined one.
That's outrageous, mate. You just don't want it bad enough. Can't believe you would sacrifice your sleep like that.
Mate, my sleep will not be sacrificed off of caffeine. I'm fucking shattered. It
Oh,
the quality will be, but like I'll still get to 10 p.m. and be like, holy shit. I literally like my my house is like the walk from like my bedroom to like the living room is not long at all. Every day at 10, it takes me so fucking long to get myself off the sofa and walk to bed. Like I'm just mashed. Yeah, if I have caffeine, my sleep quality isn't as good. Like I feel it a little bit the next day, but I've already planned that next day to be a lighter workload day, and then I'm going to pick up the slack the day beforehand and the day after, so it'll be fine. But yeah, mate, honestly, at this rate, like if I was in a push up, it definitely would affect things. But right now, I'm trashed. I feel like I need a perpetual deload and refeed. It's great, fun times. Oh yeah,
if in doubt, refeed.
so true, mate.
That's my motto.
We did actually take a refeed last weekend, I think it was. I was messaging Tom and I was like, mate, I feel trashed. And he was like, take a refeed. I took a refeed, dropped 3 pounds, felt pretty fucking good.
Nice.
And then dropped 3 pounds and I gained like 5 the next day because the next day was really stressful.
Lol.
Yeah, I know. Fun times.
So what did you do with the refeed if you're in a surplus then? Because it's not like you're losing weight,
No, it was literally just
losing fullness.
yeah, it
It's
was
more.
literally just like stress was really high. Um, I was actually just kind of like bitching to Tom to vent, um, and I was like, you know, I
You
feel
are a little bitch, to be fair. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. But I was like, mate, I'm trashed. I'm still ticking the boxes, but I just have not enjoyed today. Like I'm feeling very, very in the mud. I was dragging myself for steps. Like fatigue was just very high, and it was a high weigh-in day as well. Like my scale weight is super, super responsive to fatigue. It fluctuates about 4 pounds currently up and down, anywhere from like 194 to 198, depending on how bad my days are. Which is crazy fluctuations. And I eat the same thing every day, um, at the same fucking times as well, which is yeah. So the fluctuations are insane. But yeah, so he was like, "Tell you what, mate, go and have an extra 450 cows of what you want." So I was like, "Right, I'm gonna have my cream of rice and I'm gonna have a little bag of chocolate," and I did. And I was like, "Oh, I feel alright after that." Went to bed, woke up 3 pounds lighter, and then I felt really good that day. And then it was quite a stressful day, and I went straight back to being mashed. The biggest thing for me is stress management. Like my body is quite, like, especially when I'm leaner, quite sensitive to fatigue and stress, particularly in terms of scale weight. Um, so if I've got a day where I know that that's quite present, I might kind of lowball steps a little bit. Um, I might just try and chill out a little bit more. That's really all I can do is sleep more, chill more, or lowball steps a little bit just to kind of manage that. But you like, I'll see it on the scale weight. I'll have like a really manic day and then wake up and I'm like 2 pounds heavier for no reason.
Do you know what your problem is, mate? You're
What?
eating chocolate. You can't have chocolate.
Yeah,
Do you
man,
know
can't
why?
do that.
It's processed and it's got sugar in, and that means that it fucks your insulin.
Yeah,
So
bro.
you're actually immediately going to get cancer. Like
Yeah,
you've got cancer now. It's
yeah.
literally inside you.
I know. That's why I'm so stressed. So stressed, bro. My insulin sensitivity's fucked from having cream of rice and chocolate. Horrific.
Yeah, mate. Even though cream of rice is literally just rice, you're not allowed to have it.
Yeah, if you look at the back of the Conti packaging, it's like sweetener, cocoa powder, rice flour. That's
Yeah,
literally
mate. Just look at the ingredients. Just do it.
it. Cream of rice shouldn't have that many ingredients.
Back to the. I actually rate rice flour more. I'm not gonna lie. But back to
Wait, wait,
the
wait, wait,
sleep.
wait, wait, wait. Have you done the whole cream, like savory rice flour, cream of rice thing?
I did it once and I didn't like it, so I just
Yeah.
mix it with whey. But it's like it's a little bit sweet, but it's not like slap you in the dick sweet.
It sounds horrible because I've known people that have done it with like they do it savory, so they get like rice flour and then they add like chicken to it and like
Mm.
ketchup. Oh mate, I feel like it would just be mush. Sure, it's like rice mush, isn't it?
I remember I put shredded chicken in oats once. That was a low moment.
Yeah, that's bad. That is bad. Did it was did you enjoy it?
No,
That's the kind of thing where I'd put peanut butter on it because that goes well with both.
I know a geezer from Coventry trains at Apollo.
Yeah.
Uh, you better be fucking listening to this, mate. DC Jimmers, I think his handle is, and this guy makes the fucking worst meals you have ever seen. Like I'm talking like Dan Park 2022 has nothing on this.
Really?
This man will cook beef mince and then add his yogurt to it
Oh, that's
in
bad.
the same thing.
That's bad.
Yeah,
Yeah, nah, can't be back in that. I'm trying to think of I've seen a couple people going on about eggs in oats.
I've tried it before. It's all right, but you just get that eggy taste.
Yeah, I did. Have you ever heard about the egg whites in cream of rice life hack?
Yeah,
Yeah, to like thicken it up. So I went through a phase of like I was like I want to try this because obviously I can't really have protein powders, and I like cream of rice. So I was like, right, I'll put some egg whites in it, and I'll use that as like my protein powder to bolster up the cream of rice. It was fine, but if you put too much in, you do get a bit of a weird taste, and it gets a bit gelatinous, and it was
yeah.
like cream of jelly. And some points it scrambled, and I was like, "Oh nah!" And you get like a wrong flavor sometimes. Like sometimes it was nice. It was just like, yeah,
It
cream
might
of
be
rice,
alright
but
with
big.
core because it's sweet, yeah, but
Yeah,
if you just do it with oats and you don't put whey in, like you're asking for trouble.
Yeah. I think the best way to do it is like Kuba does, right? I think he puts in like one egg white to thicken up the cream of rice, and then
Yeah,
the rest is like whey and core.
yeah. Write that down.
Write that down. Fucking hell.
So back to sleep, mate. Do you track your sleep?
I do, yes.
How do you find it?
Fine.
Wow. Tell us you're running out of content without telling us you're running out of content.
I know, right? I track my sleep with my fucking phone because I'm not a pussy who needs to spend like 300 quid on a fucking ring or a watch and then pay a monthly service.
Yeah, that is rough, but they do that. I can't lie.
Mate, it's such a piss take. I was having a conversation with a client where he was like, and this happens like so much, honestly. He was like, "Oh, mate, I was gonna train today, but my Whoop says that I've not slept well. What do you think I should do?" And I was like, "How do you feel?" And he was like, "Yeah, fine. I was kind of looking forward to the session, bit bummed that I have to miss it." And I was like, "Bruv, don't miss it. Like, if you feel
That's
fine,
hilarious.
you are fine." The way that I track sleep is really fucking simple. Okay, I use my phone to track the duration of it. And also, bonus points, if you use your phone to track sleep, it means that you can't fucking scroll on it for ages because you have to put it next to your bed
That is a good one.
so that it knows that you're going to bed. So then you're forced to not use your phone, which a lot of people apparently need help with because they're all kids. I don't know. That bugs me. Get off your phone, bruv. Anyway, you
Oh,
like I put my phone by my bed. I have an iPhone. I use the just generic. I put it into sleep mode. When I wake up, I take it off sleep mode. It tells me how long it was in sleep mode for, so I know roughly how long I've slept. And then I rate my sleep on a scale of 1 to 5 based on how well rested I feel. And I'll rate my energy levels for the day as well. And it's really, really easy to figure out because most of the time, if I see 8.5 hours, funnily enough, I'm feeling a 4 or a 5. If I see less than 8, funnily enough, I'm feeling a 3 or a 2. And it really is that simple. I can literally just draw those lines and I go, okay, I know roughly how much sleep I need, and then I can work backwards from that. Piss easy.
that's actually hilarious.
Yeah.
Um, I I find it funny how literally just asking how was your sleep is a better predictor than like the fucking apps of how well you actually
Yeah.
slept. Like literally anything.
The thing is, like, I always say this to people is like when sleep goes wrong, when you're not when you're not feeling well rested, when something's disrupting you, that's when sleep gets complicated. But how effective is your sleep is so fucking simple. Like it's so simple. It's literally how did you sleep? How do you feel? That's our predictor of how good your sleep is. If it's I keep randomly waking up at 2 p.m. or 2 a.m. and I've got absolutely no reason why, okay, that's where things get a little bit more complicated and we have to start to pick apart sleeping patterns and behavior and hygiene. But if it's just a case of, yeah, I sleep fine, I feel all right, wake up, feel a little bit tired, but then I feel all right, yeah, calm, sweet, bro, you know?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. This was funny actually. I was looking at my data right the other day,
Mm.
and let me find the day. It would have been yeah, so Monday before I got sick last week,
Oh, yeah.
my HRV was 124,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was 39 on Wednesday, and my
Ooh,
body temperature jumped up 1.2 degrees. How funny is that?
Jesus, lad.
I'm like, yeah, that was a rough one. I can't lie. Mate, I feel so bad.
Really?
Yeah, I was not feeling good. It
Yeah, I'm not
was
fucking
not a good time.
surprised. But the thing is, again, like, people will hear those numbers and they'll be like, oh, that's so cool. But listen to what Luke literally just said. He felt shit. Like, even if the tracker had said, oh, yeah, mate,
Yeah, that's true.
like, even if the tracker had said, yeah, mate, you feel fine, you still would have been like, well, I feel shit. So something's going on. Like, that's the thing is, if if you slept so poorly that you notice it, then you've noticed it. So you don't need the tracker. If you've not slept, if you've dropped such a minimal amount of sleep quality that you don't feel it, it's not worth worrying about. Like your sleep quality will fluctuate, and that's fine. Or trackers will have inherent inaccuracies. Oh, I slept an 8 out of 10 instead of a 9 out of 10. Should I still train? Well, how do you fucking feel? Like, I think
Like,
it's very easy to get caught up in sleep trackers and kind of sleep optimization and realistically, it just comes down to quality and duration. Like, are you getting enough time? When is that time? Do you stay fully asleep?
I find it funny when people get stressed about like the quality of their sleep as well.
Mm.
I'm like, are you doing everything you can to have good sleep? Yeah. Then like, why the fuck are you worried about it?
Or
Like, if
stressing
you
about
if
it
you're
when you're not.
sleeping in a reasonably dark room, if it's a comfortable temperature, if it's not fucking noisy,
Yeah.
and you're winding down before bed, like you're doing pretty much everything you can do.
Most people's sleep issues are pretty easy to like focus on because they'll be like, I wake up for a piss in the night, and you'll be like, well, when do you drink? Like, what's your last drink? And I'll be like, I have a cup of tea in bed. And you'll be like, well, there you fucking go. That's why you're pissing, bruv. Or you'll get people being like, oh, I lie in bed and I just can't get to sleep. And it's like, let me guess, you ate a big meal before you went to bed, or you looked at a screen before you went to bed. And they'll be like, yes to one of those. Like, there you go. You're digesting, or you've just stared at the sun.
Do you ever do you ever get it where people almost have like a resistance to working on their sleep? Like as if they don't want better sleep.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it?
It's funny, man.
But yeah, I don't know. It's so interesting. I think people like there's something about staying up late at night that people seem to like enjoy doing. Like people stay up and scroll their phone. They'll like doom scroll right before bed for like half an hour. And I've said to people before, I was like, look, you could go to bed half an hour earlier, wake up half an hour earlier, and then go on your phone first thing for half an hour, and you're doing the exact same thing. But odds are you're more likely to lie in because you'll probably wake up and be like, no, I want an extra half an hour. But I don't know what it is. People just seem to like before bed. I don't know if it's just like an ingrained habit in people, but people love staying up. It's very weird to me.
Yeah, there's like the different almost what's it called? Fucking chronotypes.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm convinced there's not that many people that genuinely like being awake late. It's just their fucking habit shit.
Yeah, 100%, 100%, mate. I think, yeah, I think people treat poor sleep by just sleeping in longer, and then once you've slept in longer, you then have to go to bed later because you're not going to be if you've slept until 10, you're not going to be tired at 10 p.m. Like you're going to be tired at
Yeah.
midnight later, and then you go to bed when you're tired, and then you have to sleep in again to get enough duration. I think that's where people go wrong. Is people have a resistance to going to bed earlier, and going to bed earlier is harder as well because if you've woken up at 10 and you're trying to wake up earlier, the only way of you getting in a good amount of sleep is if you go to bed earlier, and sometimes you're just not tired, and so you're just in bed antsy. So then people go to bed late, and the only way to get more sleep then is to wake up late. And then immediately, as soon as you start getting up late, you fucked it. As soon as you start getting up too late, you then have to go to bed late because you're not going to be tired until later on. And then you get caught in a cycle.
Yeah, like whenever someone's, they've gone out and they're going to bed later, I say just like fucking bite the bullet and wake up about your normal time.
Yep, 100%.
Because then you're going to be really tired that night and then you're immediately back in the routine rather than fucking then waking up at like 2 in the afternoon and then you're obviously not going to be tired at 11.
Yeah, the best way to sleep, like if you wake up late, sleep late, just pick a day to just be tired and do nothing. Literally, like clear your schedule and just do nothing and just be tired. It is the best thing for you. Like you're not dying. You can hack one day of being tired. You'll probably go to bed earlier than you planned because you're so knackered. You'll have an amazing sleep and you'll feel fucking good the next day. But yeah, like sometimes it literally is that simple because you just can't. If you did wake up at 2 p.m. and your plan is to go to bed at 8, right? You're not going to be tired after being awake for 6 hours. You're just going to lie in bed and do nothing and get bored and just fall asleep at like 4 a.m. So you do just have to bite the bullet, I think. That's where people fuck up. But I think it's so much easier to lie in than it is to go to bed earlier. Because when you've just come out of sleep, you're still pretty tired. So you can just go back into it. Just like you shut your eyes for too long after you've just woken up, you'll just fall back asleep. Whereas when you're awake, you're awake. I guess it depends on the person. Some people are like, as soon as I'm up, I'm up. But, you know.
Yeah, I'm fairly like that to be honest.
For me, depends on the day. I'm usually like, I can lie in pretty easily if I
Do you ever
like.
Do you ever find it where you like wake up earlier, like an hour before your alarm, and you're like, actually, that was a fucking really good night's sleep,
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
feel
man.
more awake? It's so weird.
Yeah, yeah. I honestly like if I wake up a bit early and I feel good, I'll just firm it. Like that's fine. Nothing wrong with that, you know.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, I think I tend not to. Thing is, like, I tend not to try and I avoid actively lying in. Now, if I want more sleep, I'll just go to bed earlier because lions fuck your sleep cycle or they fuck your sleep schedule, and often you feel worse for it. Like, I don't know if you've like ever slept in fairly late. You do feel just a bit shit, and it fucks your day a
yeah,
little bit.
yeah.
You feel so groggy and lethargic, and then the sun starts setting like 2 hours later, and you're like, oh, fuck this. And then you just don't feel tired until like early in the morning. I remember every school summer holiday, my sleep schedule would get so fucked. And 4 a.m. used to be like, I'd hate 4 a.m. 4 a.m. For where I was is when birds start tweeting and the sun starts to come up. And the dread that I would feel in bed trying to go to sleep and like the sun starts to rise as you're trying to go to bed, you're not tired, and birds start fucking like tweeting and making noise, and you're like, I'm going to bed. What has my life become? I remember the dread feeling of that. Like, I hated that. It's the worst feeling in the world. People who can go to bed very early in the morning when the morning is like starting, it's crazy to me. It's the worst feeling ever.
Oh, did you know? You know when we have like daylight savings and they shift the clocks,
Yeah.
the incidence of like car crashes and shit like that morning is so much higher. It's hilarious.
Really?
Because people are like underslept. Yeah,
Oh shit.
it jumps. I swear it's like 20 something percent that it jumps up.
Fucking hell.
And you're like, oh yeah, this is a good idea. Nice one, guys.
I love the extra hour. Like, you just randomly wake up one day and be like, oh, I feel pretty decently well rested. Or you wake up early and you're like, oh, I feel all right. But yeah, the losing an hour of sleep is a bit peak. I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah,
There's no,
yeah,
like, an
not a
hour of
vibe.
sleep is a significant portion of time. And that's like an eighth of your sleep. Like, especially if you're in a bit of
Most
a,
people are not getting 8 hours of sleep.
yeah, that's true. For most people, that's a bigger portion. But like, if you're in a, particularly if you're like, high volume training or in a deficit, if energy's a bit low, oh, or do you feel that hour? Not nice. Yeah, it is weird,
Yeah, yeah.
daylight savings, isn't it?
What was I going to say? I was going to say something. I've completely forgotten.
Bro's blanket.
Uh, oh, that was it. I swear most people spend more time on screens than they do like actually sleeping these days.
Easily. Easily.
Yeah,
Like,
it's insane.
easily. And fucking so easily.
Mm.
We're
Mate,
both
we've run
so
out of
tired.
content. This
Can
is
you
bad.
tell? We're both so
This is
tired.
bad.
One of the all right, I'll try and spin this off. I was talking today to clients about NEAT. This seems to be a common trend that I've kind of talked about this week. So non-exercise activity thermogenesis, for anyone who's not in the know, which is basically the technical phrase for the calories that you burn or the expenditure that you create through things that are not to do with exercise, so just day to day existing. And I was talking to clients about how damn important NEAT is when you're already part of the way through a dieting phase. So the biggest kind of contributor for fat loss, first of all, is going to be food, because it's always easier to eat 300 calories less than it is to consistently burn that every single day. Right, that's a lot of
Yeah,
cardio to do. But I was talking to a client who was like, "Oh, I'm just really struggling with my steps." And I was talking about, we really want to focus on your steps because he was doing like 3,000 average, right? And I was like, look, we've got, 2 hours of cardio a week. You're doing maybe, say, 6 hours of lifting, right? So we've got about 8 hours of activity across a 7 day period. So we've got, what is that? Like, how many hours are there where you're awake in a week? Like, let's say that you're awake 12 hours a day. You're awake for like 85 hours in a week,
yeah, yeah,
and you're spending 10% of them doing things. So you're spending 90% of your waking hours sat down because your steps take up like half an hour. And I was like,
yeah. That's kind of mad.
this is why you're struggling to lose fat, because yes, you're doing your cardio, yes, you're doing your training, but then, and you're eating decently low food, but then you are doing sweet FA for the rest of your day. Like, as soon as you've done that little bout of energy expenditure, what happens? You sit down, you do nothing. And that's why you're struggling. It's very hard to sustain high rates of loss for most average people, or to lose weight consistently as an average person who's not got a ton of muscle mass or isn't very, very heavy, if you're sat down for the majority of your day, because your food is going to have to get really quite fucking low. Any thoughts on neat, mate? Anything you want to add on?
Yeah, it's one of those things where you do need to be conscious of the movement. And I think that's a lot of the reasons why people have to drop their calories lower and lower and lower,
Yeah, yeah,
is they just start moving less.
yeah.
And that's I don't think it's bad now that a lot of people are conscious of steps. But before that, like I'm sure if you were to look at someone's steps, it would fucking decline loads.
Easily. Yeah, because you don't want to move. Why would you? One of the things that
Fuck
I
moving.
I did through the dieting phase was even just like really small things add up over time. So I would slowly increase. I've got a standing desk. I do majority of my work sat down.
But yeah,
Over time throughout the pre-prep diet, I would increase how much time I spent standing doing work. Even just that, I time my dog walks for King to make sure that I get in enough. He needs like 2 hours a day. So he's not got a step target, he's got a time target. And if he stands still and sniffs, that's a lot of expenditure for him. That's like a lot of mental stimulation, so that's fine. But I would still track my steps on top. So a 2 hour dog walk could be like 20,000 steps, or it could be like maybe 15. Like there could be quite a big difference there depending on like how much he's moving and running around. If he finds a stick and just runs in circles, I'm not going to run in circles. I'm just going to stand there and watch it, right? So I would track the time that I spent and then also track my steps. And I think that's where people, I've seen coaches before set people like do an hour of walking. It's like, wow, an hour of walking. Are we running? Are we
yeah, that's mad.
like, are we stopping? Are we marching? Like if you're like marching, let's say that you're walking home from work, you got a backpack on, you got like work documents, you got a laptop on, it's heavy, and you're like marching to get home. That's some decent expenditure. Whereas if you're like meandering your way to the shops, you stop for a chat, stop to tie your shoelace, like you could easily get up to an hour with barely walking and barely moving and going anywhere. So always try and pay attention to the actual steps themselves that you are doing. Like Luke said, naturally you're going to be more and more inclined to move less and less. And so if you can try and at least keep that the same or even increase it over a period of time, you can keep up that rate of loss. But like I remember ages ago, I'm going to give a classic JP-ism, right? You know JP's partner Corin.
Yeah, yeah,
For those that don't know, retired female powerlifter and bodybuilder, known for getting insanely peeled. And I remember a long time ago she was prepping, and JP was filming her on his story, and he was like, "This is why Corin gets so peeled. She doesn't fucking stop. So she'll wake up, steps, eat standing up. She'll go mow the lawn. She'll ask Jordan if he wants a cup of tea or wants a coffee. She's just constantly doing shit. She'll just do housework, mow the lawn, offer to make people drinks. The less time she can spend sat down, the better. She just constantly is on her feet moving. And funnily enough, like that might not sound like a lot, but across an entire day, spending an hour or two sat down and spending like 12 to 13 or 14 on your feet is a lot of expenditure, especially across a week. And that really, really adds up. So I remember literally she would just like, she'd be like, I'll cook for you. I'll make you this drink. I'll do this. I'll mow the lawn. She'd just find shit
what
to
a
do.
legend.
I know. Like, she would just constantly do shit. She'd put his weights away in the gym. Again, just anything that she could do on prep. Jordan would
That's a
just,
lot of fucking expenditure putting JP's weight away.
oh, mate, yeah. Can you imagine? But like, I remember that story, and it was like it was just him filming Corin doing mowing the lawn, and him being like, "I didn't ask her to do this. She doesn't need to do this. She mowed the lawn like last week. She's just doing this to stay active because this is what you do. It keeps your mind off food, but also that from an expenditure standpoint is incredible." I think Joe Jeffrey also has a video on. He's like, "When I diet, I use a standing desk. Do not underestimate, especially if you're busy, how many hours like sitting versus standing. I forget what the exact difference is, but it can across an entire dieting phase. you could burn a significant chunk of
Oh yeah, for
calories,
sure.
like maybe even close to like a full pound of fat, maybe depending on how big the dieting phase is. Maybe, I don't know. Or you could burn. I reckon you could, over a 20-week period, if you did all your work standing, you could measure a substantial amount of fat that
Oh
you've
yeah,
lost.
I'd agree. It would be a decent difference
I don't know
for
what it would
sure.
be. Maybe like 400, 500 grams of fat that you've lost just from standing up.
I think more.
Yeah.
I think we're talking a couple of pounds at least. Yeah.
Let's look up how many calories do you burn standing versus seated? Calorie burn standing versus seated. I don't want numbers. I want like a multiplier because obviously it depends on the person. Okay, so according to Healthline, sitting is 65 to 85, and standing is 70 to 95. So it seems to burn around 5 to 10 calories per hour more. So not a ton, but
But
that's
is that
still a ton.
literally just standing still?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
if you're standing, you're probably going to be like moving from left to right type of thing, putting more
yeah,
weight on one foot, then more on the other, and it is
yeah,
going to change a bit.
yeah. That is standing completely still. But even like 5 to 10 calories an hour, if you think if you're working, even if you just did 2 hours, 20 calories a day, 5 days a week, that's 100 calories a week. 400 calories a month, you know?
Yeah, it's easy.
Say you're dieting for 5 months, you've got 2,500 calories there. That's a full day of eating for some people that you've burned through standing up. Yes, it took you 5 months, but that's not an insignificant amount. I guess it would take you around 7 months then to lose a pound of fat just by standing still for a few hours a day.
Yeah, so I definitely reckon it would be more.
Yeah.
This podcast has really been derailed, mate. This has been awful.
We are so fucking tired. I'm gonna not. I was gonna respond to your story mention while on the pod, but I don't think we have the fucking mental bandwidth to do both. Um, do you have any questions from our beautiful listeners? Oh, actually, I've got quite a good one. If you don't have any.
No, I do not.
Okay, so I put up a poll. Controversial. This is probably going to carry us through for the rest of the fucking pod. This is a golden one. So I put a poll
Okay,
up. Controversial opinions and thoughts, gym or non-gym related. There's one that I really wanted to discuss, and I wanted your thoughts on it in particular, mate, because I think this is something that we can both agree on, and probably something that we've both changed our minds on within the past year or so. So we've got, here is the controversial take. You have to say agree or disagree, and to what extent. So
okay.
training within your quote unquote active range is horseshit, full ROM, always. What do we think here? Because I think there's far, far, far more nuance than this gives credibility to. But it's hard because again, you have to bear in mind the audience that you're talking to. So, but yeah, what do you think, mate? So, active ROM versus full ROM. It is the
I
kind of
dis
full
I
circle
disagree.
qualifier.
Right. So Jack, say we weren't bodybuilders and we were really good at Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
Mm-hmm.
I could get your arm behind your body and snap it out of your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the full ROM of your arm. I've just snapped it round.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know about you, but that arm's not going to be doing much growing anytime soon.
Yeah. I think that it's one of those things where you read it and you go, okay, your intentions are good, but the way in which you've worded it allows me to play around a little bit and say,
Yeah,
full ROM for what? Active ROM for what? Like, how full of a range? What is full ROM? Like, what is full ROM? It doesn't really exist. Luke's given an example of full range of motion that is so passive that it literally involves breaking my shoulder joint. Like, what is full ROM? Is it where you're pressing and the bar touches your chest? What about a cambered bar? How deep is the cambered bar? Like, it's very, very hard to say. The thing is, I think it's kind of like it's a critique on the way in which a lot of people use active ROM, and a lot of people use active ROM as a way of loading exercises over the top. Claiming that they just want to involve a certain muscle, or not getting a full stretch on a lat pull down because they just want to keep it in their lats. And that's where we might say,
Tell me
okay,
you don't understand anatomy without telling me you don't understand anatomy.
exactly,
Uh,
exactly.
I think a lot of that comes from people not actually understanding. Wow, it's almost like when we talk about an interesting topic, we get more energetic, man.
I know.
Um, everyone just skipped to like 30 minutes in. When I think the issue is that people don't actually know how to assess their range of motion,
Yep.
and therefore they're just like choosing a point that is as arbitrary as full range of motion, quote
Yeah.
unquote full range of motion, and saying this is my active ROM.
Yeah. The thing is, full ROM isn't very descriptive, because you've got, there's two types of range of motion very quickly: active and passive. Active is what you can actively get into, what you have control over. Passive is any range of motion outside of that you can get forced into. So for example, if Luke were to mimic doing a chest press and then I were to push against his hands, I'm sure I could get him a bit deeper. That's outside of his active range of motion. That's not him getting there, that's me pushing him into that position. There is a little bit of inherent danger that comes there. If you can train that safely, you can get great improvements in joint integrity. But you have to bear in mind a few things. Yes, generally having a bigger range of motion and doing it pain free is fantastic for joint integrity. If you've already got joint issues, there's concern there. For me and my knees, and the fact that I have longer patella tendons than most, means that I experience far more torque across that tendon the deeper that I go compared to anyone else if they have normal patellas. And that's fine, but there is increased injury risk there. So for me, always going all the way down might not be the most sensible because of that increased injury risk and because of my history. So I might instead opt for a split squat variation to start off with, where range of motion relative to a squat pattern is lower because I'm getting stopped at about 90 degrees of hip flexion. And so I can do something like that. I can fatigue my quads, I can warm up my knees, and then go into something where I can have a bit of a fuller range of motion. So full ROM is a little bit of a not very helpful descriptor. And also, as well, like say if we took an example of like a hack squat, you know, when people go so deep on the hack squat that their knees start to come back inwards, right? You could say, well, if I wanted to make that as quad dominant as possible, I would go as deep as I can until that knee starts to travel backwards and then stop. And there's nothing wrong with saying that, because you could say, okay, we're reaching full range of motion at the quad. Yes, we're leaving a little bit of the hips behind, but if the goal is not to hypertrophy the hips and just hypertrophy the quads, that's also perfectly valid. So full range of motion can often actively lead to involving other musculature that you maybe perhaps don't intend to, and that's not always a good thing or a bad thing.
And even then, like your active and passive range is not static at all.
Yeah.
Like if you were to say you struggle with your like heels coming off the platform on a hack squat or something like that, if you were to do some tib raises beforehand, that's probably going to get a little bit better because you're improving the range of that joint just by training it,
Yep.
type of thing. And you can do that acutely and over time,
Yep.
type of thing, where it's going to get better. And another huge limiter of range of motion is just the machine that you're in.
Yep.
So like there are plenty of hack squats where I can't get as deep as I would want to get because the machine just stops you.
Yeah, it's the idea of like full range of motion. It's very difficult to debate because it's when are we applying it and where are we applying it and what is full. Because let's say that my hack squat I've got access to isn't as deep as another hack squat. Okay, well then do you say that's shit and go to a different gym and find a deeper hack? It's very very difficult. And then if we're comparing, you know, exercises as well, that makes doing a standing split squat completely pointless because you can't go as deep as you could on a Bulgarian with your front foot elevated, because you're just going to hit the floor if you don't. So yeah, I think with anything, it comes down to the application and just understanding. There's pros and cons to full ROM. There's pros and cons to training within your active range of motion. I think I would reword it to arbitrarily cutting your range of motion short is bad. Most people who cut their ROM short, if you can't justify doing it properly, then yeah, what you're doing is stupid. Like coming half of the way down on a leg press because you're like, oh, I'm trying to keep it at my active range of motion for my quads. It's like, well, actually, they still have more to go. So why are you doing that? You are just wrong there. But yeah, I think It's hard to debate.
Legit. I think we've nailed it. Right, mate. I need to go and eat, and then I need to go and train Paul.
Fair.
So I reckon we bring this one home.
All right. Do you want to do the outro or should I?
Yeah, go on then. Thank you very much for listening. Lovely, beautiful people. We have been Catabolic Window, episode 81. Mr. Jack Archer, Mr. Lactic Addict. If you're listening to this, you probably already know where to find us on Instagram. But it is JackArcherCoaching, LacticAddictLuke. And check out YouTube pages under the same name if you want to listen to even more of us for some bizarre reason.
Bless you. God bless you if you do. Thank you.
All right. In a bit, bro.
Goodbye. See ya.